Living in a global world, we are all too familiar with the uneven distribution of essential commodities, our reliance on suppliers, and the fragility of the distribution networks linking producer to consumer. Today, we are locked into a dependency controlled by global systems. Why this should be, and how it came about, is the subject of this book. We focus here on just one of the networks of connectivity, that of the maritime highways threading through the Indian Ocean and the China Seas, linking together the great innovating centers of Eurasia. The overland routes, functioning in parallel with the maritime, have been considered in an earlier book by Steppe, Desert and Ocean, The Birth of Eurasia, Oxford, 2015. The dynamic that lies behind it all is the simple fact that complex states, with dense, sedentary populations, are dependent for their growth and stability on commodities and manpower supplied from without, and to meet these needs, specialists emerged, skilled in the processes of acquisition and transportation. Through the systems they set up, Indian elephants could be brought into service in the Hellenistic armies fighting against Celts in Asia Minor. Pepper grown on the Malabar coast of India could be enjoyed by Roman soldiers stationed on Hadrian's Wall in Britain. Slaves garnered on the East African coast could be put to work by the Abbasid caliphs draining the marshes of Mesopotamia, and the Ming emperor could delight in adding African giraffes to his palace menagerie. Through time, a variety of commodities flowed, often across vast distances. There can be no doubt that it was the ever-changing demands of the major states in the East and in the West that created the pulse which drove the pace of connectivity. But intermediate polities, able to command essential route nodes, could affect the workings of the system and grow powerful as a result. At different times during the narrative, the kingdom of Aksum on the Red Sea, the Omanis on the Gulf of Oman, and the Srivijayans dominating the Indonesian islands were all able to exert their control over sectors of the system, providing the services of middlemen, while powerful individuals, like the Zamorin of Calicut, who mounted a spirited resistance against Portuguese aggression, were able, if briefly, to affect the course of history. This, then, is a story driven by the agency of great states, regional polities, and exceptional individuals. Maritime connectivity around the coasts of South and Southeast Asia dates back to the time of the arrival of the earliest humans,